Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today I think we're just going to do a score video. As everybody knows, the Bison Workshop had a visitor this weekend from another YouTube workshop channel, Crafted, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description. And me and Dave over at the Crafted channel restored a vise for him as our video to collaborate together on. If you guys want to see that, that would be the video before this one. It turned out pretty nice. We had a few hiccups in it, kept getting fisheye in the paint, and I've only ever had that happen to me one other time, and that was because it had some kind of a funky paint or something that just would not remove for nothing, no matter what you did. So we ended up having to clean it off with gas and then take thinner and wipe it down with thinner. Then we had to prime it, and then we painted it. And after that, it turned out okay. So, but anyway, we're going to do a score video because Dave brought me a whole crap load of stuff. So, we'll just kind of put the camera down here and we'll show you what we got. To start off with, we got this big old box, and this is something I've been needing. This goes to the end of a grease gun, and I've got a grease gun here that needs a tip on it because this part here, for some reason, is gone. So we got that, and we got a thermometer that this part here is missing, or it's broke, or mercury gone, or something. But this one here works, so maybe we can use that one on the inside. Alright, then we got a Briggs & Stratton filter holder that's the gasket that goes on top of the carburetor. Don't know what motor it goes to, but never know when you might need it. Brand new. And a bunch of sockets that, like we agreed, probably never used, but there might be one in here straggler that could be used to complete a set or something like that. But we got that. Then we got these sockets, which is a hex drive, not square, it's a hex drive that I'm going to try to clean up. If they're too bad a shape, I'm just clean them up and sell them for 10 or 20 bucks, who knows. But that's going to be a put on the burner type deal when I'm so bored I ain't got nothing else to do kind of job. And that, we all know what that is. That's a thing for a great stuff can of great stuff. So that does it for this box. Then he brought me these, and this is a bulb that I've been needing, and he brought 3 of these. And I've already used one in my drill or my bandsaw, the light I have on my bandsaw, and now I've got 2 spares because those things go out pretty frequently. And they're just appliance bulbs, and just a bunch of odds and ends stuff. Got some C batteries, 2 packs of them, a few other little batteries, some fluorescent starters, some stuff for AC units, a cap and a valve, some bulbs, just odds and ends bulbs. I believe those will fit my truck on the rear because that's the size I have. It used to be these until I changed the bed. So, but I got 1157s also. So got a bunch of these starters. I don't think I'm ever going to use those, but there's that. And then we've got this stuff. CB bracket, or whatever you can use it for. You can use it for just about anything. That don't belong in there. I had that. That's the one I took out of to put in my bandsaw light. Some screws. More screws. Can't never have enough screws. And they're Phillips head. Now these are straight head, but we might use them somewhere. And then some brads. More nails. Paneling nails, I believe that's what those are. More nails. Trash. Briggs & Stratton muffler cover. If I build me a new muffler, I might be able to use that. More nails. This here is a filter that goes in a breather, like the big round Ford, the older Ford filters that goes inside for the PCV or whatever you want to call that. And a seal, which I would venture to say, since there's a bunch of lawnmower parts here, that looks like that could be a seal for a lawnmower motor. And then we got two more seals. Always nice to have an assortment of seals in case you ever need one. Then we got a screw, or a bunch of screws there too. A burning iron for wood burning. Now this would be a nice lever for something. It's all there. It'd be cleaned up. Could be cleaned up real nice. Cast iron or cast steel. Probably cast steel. And the rubber's not messed up. Yeah, that'd be a nice lever. And even got a clothespin that's busted. Look at it. Anyway, on to the next box. Then we got this box. This is basically more or less just junk. You know, you got a starter for a engine and a pulley, probably goes to a deck. A hood spring, door handle, just a bunch of odds and ends stuff, but just nothing really stands out. This is probably all going to be for scrap metal. These, I don't know if I can use these. I'm going to keep them just in case I can. I was thinking about using these to make some kind of a slide back and forth that goes the whole length of my shop, mounted to the ceiling, to mount a tripod to, so that I can move a camera throughout the whole shop, the whole length of the shop, so wherever I need it, I can move it there. But that's probably not going to happen, but it's just a thought. So since I can think of one reason for it, I'm going to keep these in case there's two reasons to use these. Then we got one of those mosquito burners, which we definitely need a mosquito repellent burner, so I'm going to keep that aside. I don't know if I'll keep this or not. I may. And we got some pipe here that the threads are good on one end, so that could be used for a to make a muffler for a lawnmower or whatever. Alright, then we got this, which me and him discussed. How on earth can somebody roll one of these drill bits over like that? Can anybody explain to me how that could happen? Somebody was a little hard on that. But that's pretty much scrap. So then we got some of these insulators that goes inside of tube before. Now those could be a nice keep. We definitely keep that spring and put it in our spring in case we need it. Now look at there. I never could figure out how to use these. I guess it goes on like that, unless it's wore out. I'll clean it up just in case it can be used. And the rest of this is just using for brackets. I got a whole bunch of this stuff underneath my lathe, but mine's like that right there, I think. So these can be used for different applications. These can definitely be used. So this can be used for this, because that's what that's for, is to hold the bracket that actually holds this, I think. I know these go together, but there's a piece missing. It's the track or something that this goes on. So I don't know if it goes up through there or if it goes down through here. But because that fits in there, I would venture to say that that's where this goes. So, we'll keep that just in case. We just big old square washer, just all kinds of little stuff. And whatever doesn't get used, it can be used for scrap. And then we got a nice little lever there that can be used for something. This here looks like it belongs to this. It does. Yep. That got broke somehow. Alright, we can glue that on there. I think it goes on there just like that. Yep, we got one more piece in here. And that does it for this one. Nice piece of aluminum pan. Another bracket can be used for something. Kind of looks like a socket rail. We'll put all that back in there. Alright, on to the next thing. So then we got a jack that he said every time he went to jack it up, it would twist on him. And I've come to the conclusion that the reason it keeps twisting on him, as you can see, turn that around there, you can see that this is further away here than it is here. Well, this is not bent. This is bent. Both of these, this one's bent this way and this one's bent this way. So basically all we're going to do is take the sides off, straighten them, and then put this back together, and that will make a nice jack, if it works. We're getting ready to find out. Yep, it works. And it's a 2-ton. So I'll fix that. And we might do a video on that. And now for the really cool one. We got us a Chinese built drill press that does work. And this is going to be a restore video. So we got this that works. Everything works on it. Now this, I just traded him my little red vise that I had on my bench because first of all, I wasn't real keen on it because, you know, it's just really small and I really didn't use it. It was always in my way, so, you know, I've got a big vise that I always use. And vices are so easy to come by, I just decided to go ahead and trade him that for this because he wanted 30 bucks for it. So I'm going to clean this up really nice. I like it because it matches my other drill press. And we're going to find a home for this in the shop for small drilling jobs. And then we will add this vise to it because this here matches the holes that's in this. So we're going to use this vise for this drill press, and this is going to be a nice little extra drill press for the shop. So that was one of the best scores. I mean, I got a lot of stuff to fix on it. It doesn't have a stop on it, but he made one on a 3D printer that we're going to use on this. And I'll make the rod. I've got a pointer. That was in some of my junk that I think came off of a drill press that was junk. And then I found that I had in my extra ones. And then we got this. We got ourselves a 109 Craftsman lathe. It definitely needs cleaned up, redone, and we're going to do this exactly the way we did my Atlas back years ago. I don't know how that moves, but it's supposed to move. Probably just needs oiled, but I can't get that to move. But yep, there's the lathe, and this is going to be a restore, and this drill press is going to be a restore in the future. Now he gave me a tailstock for this. All the change gears are there. At least I think they're all there, unless there's extra ones like the Atlas have. It's got a 4-jaw chuck on it, and it needs cleaned up. And here's the tailstock that he took off of the other one he's got. That is actually, I think, broke. That pin is pushed back. That should be straight. So I'm probably going to have to make a new pin. Part of it's missing. He's going to send it to me because he forgot to bring it. And I'm going to have to get a center for it somehow, or make one. I don't know if I can do that or not. I think it's a #1 taper or something like that. Oh, that's supposed to have a pin in it. Alright, well, got a lot to do to it. And this will work. So we're going to take the camera down here and show you the nameplate on the end here. Let me get it propped up here. We'll use my drill press block. Jack that up there so you guys can see this. But right there it is. And I'm basically doing this for my purposes only. You guys can pause if you want, but this way I can go back to the video and see what this model is while I'm looking for parts or something like that. Now this, I'm basically going to be just fixing it up, restoring it, and sell it, and then me and him's going to split it. The drill press I'm keeping, simply because it matches mine, and I can always use a spare drill. Yeah, I wanted to keep this, but I need the money, so that's what we're going to do. Now I got to come up with a motor for it. I'm probably going to use a treadmill motor and do the same thing to this lathe that we did to my bandsaw. It will be reversible. The only thing I'd have to try to figure out is how to make a pulley like this, or get a pulley that's like this that goes on the other end. That way we can get all the speeds that we need. It's got the plate on the inside of it here, right there, for threading, your threading chart. And the original color, I believe, was gray. So I think that's pretty much it. He also brought this tripod, and it's got its issues. For some reason, one of these is locked up to the point where you can't get it loose. I got it freed up, but I think I did more damage to it than... Yeah, this one here, I had to take it apart and I just scratched it all to pieces. And I've got a tripod, so I can just use the head off of this for another tripod, make an adapter for it, and use the rest of this for tubing and stuff like that. Take the screws out of it. Who knows, maybe I can use these rubber pads for something else. So then he brought some hex stock. He brought some of this aluminum hex stock, which I've always wanted to have some of this. This is aluminum. This is steel, smaller. You can make bolt or nuts and bolts and stuff like that with it. So this was actually probably the coolest part about it, that and these two tools here. And we had a pretty decent visit. I enjoyed myself, and as he did too. And that was pretty much the score. And then I gave him a bunch of stuff, a drill, I couldn't find no brushes for, and he's pretty resourceful person, so I just gave it to him. It was an antique craftsman, and he likes them aluminum tools, so I just gave it to him. And then I gave him one of my bandsaw vices that I made, and he'll probably put that to use. And he was a big help to me this weekend too. You know, he did some other things that helped out here. We went out and we was going to Walmart to get thinner to clean his vise. And bless his heart, he filled the tank up on my vehicle, man. I don't know why I done it, but then we got in the vehicle after we filled it up, and it wouldn't start up. So, but anyway, heck, he even took me to Food Line and bought me some food, which was badly needed. So, yeah, this is a really good weekend. Craft had helped me out a lot, and we had fun at the same time. And then I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys the score that I got. And I don't know when I'm going to start on one of these two. I'm going to start on the drill press first, so I can get that out of the way, because that's not going to be that big a deal. It's basically clean it up and take the rust off of it and grease it in places. And I don't know how deep I'm going to go on it, but I imagine we'll go deep enough and make that thing look like that one. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and if you want to help the shop out, you can do so with PayPal at bisonworkshop@gmail.com. Every little bit helps, even if it's just 50 cents. You know, it helps the shop to be able to bring more content to you, because without the stuff that we need in the shop, there's no projects. So you got to have tools, you got to have material, you got to have sanding paper, all kinds of stuff. So you guys have a good one. Later.